Hello everyone, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. I know we play a lot of fun decks in this channel, but right now, because the Nationals are coming, I want to start looking at more competitive builds after Roaring Skies. And this time I'm going to start looking at probably the best deck right now, I would say. Let's see how the meta game shifts. But as it is, I think this is the starting point. I think this is the most powerful deck out there. It's basically Seismitoad EX. If you guys remember, Seismitoad Slurpuff was already a pretty darn good deck. And because we now have Shaymin EX as a card draw engine, the deck just gets better. And you might be thinking, yeah, but after you set up a lot, then the deck gets stuck and you can't really draw cards in the later stages of the game. But that's just not true, because we have super scoop-ups in here that allow us to reuse our Shaymin EXs, and we can also attack with Shaymins and bring them back to hand, although that's not ideal because then the opponent wouldn't be item locked. So hopefully we'll always keep attacking with Quaking Punch. But the thing is, the way this deck works is basically we have hammers and scoops, which are flippy cards. You know, you have to flip coins in order for them to work. Also the lasers, although they poison for sure. But we're going to be playing License Trump card, and we're going to be drawing a lot of cards, and the flips from the scoops means that we can play Shaymin again and then redraw cards. So yeah, this deck basically it ignores the flips, in that if we flip enough times, they will start hitting, and then the opponent starts getting in trouble. So that's the main reason I think this deck works. It's like an engine that you build around Seismitoad, around the item locking, which makes it really, really hard for the opponent to attack, and we just keep doing our thing, basically. So the deck plays a lot of trainers, actually. So we have 4 Shaymin. Let's start with the Pokemon, sorry. 4 Shaymin. We still have a single Jirachi EX. I'm going to get there. And we have 4 Seismitoad, just to make to increase the chances that we start with this dude. We have the 4 Shaymin because we want to draw a lot of cards with Shaymin, and we also have a single Jirachi EX just because it grabs as any supporter, and sometimes we really need that. If we're playing the mirror match, getting that Team Flare Grunt or the Zerosic is really, really important. We have a computer search in here because we really want to draw the double colorless energy, and that's it, that's the lock. It's a single card lock with Seismitoad on the table. We have the 4 Crushing Hammers, the 4 Hypnotoxic Lasers, and the 4 Super Scoop-Ups in this deck. Maybe we can cut one of the scoops, I think, but yeah, I think we need more testing. Right now I want to start with the 4 and then go from there. You'll notice I'm not playing any Enhanced Hammer. I don't think we really need those, because the deck we wanted to hit the most with the Enhanced Hammer is the other Seismitoad's decks, and that doesn't really work, so we have to use Zerosic for that, or Team Flare Grunt. We have a couple of Trainer's Mail, and the reason for that is I really like Trainer's Mail here. I wish I could play more, because we are playing so many supporters, and supporters stuck in hand is really bad for this deck. So the Trainer's Mail is a way to draw into the Ultra Balls, which, once again, because we're playing a Shaymin deck, if you remember from my Rayquaza, the EX deck, I said that Ultra Balls are one of the most important cards in the Shaymin deck, because they allow us to discard cards, not only getting the Shaymin out, but also getting rid of some cards, useless cards from our hand. And yeah, that's the reason I'm playing a couple of Trainer's Mail in here. I really like those. We are playing 3 VS Seeker for extra supporter versatility. We have 3 Lysander. 3 of those, because one of the worst things that could happen to this deck is starting against a Wobbuffet. So we really want to maximize the chances that the opponent does not have the Wobbuffet in the active position. If, for example, they start with a Groudon deck, we are probably in big trouble, but we can actually get the Groudon EX in the active position if they put it down before they evolve, and then they might be in trouble from there. That's what we're going for with the 3 Lysander. I think they are getting better and better, and this deck really can't get stuck with a Wobbuffet in the active position. We have a single License Trump card. You guys know what that does. It basically shuffles everything back to our deck, keeps us going. We have 4N, 4 Sycamore, also pretty standard, the maximum card drawing right there. We have a single Team Flare Grunt and 2 Zerosic, and that's mostly for the Seismitoad mirrors, but also pretty good against other stuff. Like, we can take the Float Stones of a Keldeo, We can take the item of a Garbodor with 0-6, so I'm playing a couple of those. We have 3 Verbank City Gym, once again, not the greatest thing to be playing. If we already have one in play, we can't play the second one, but I think 3 are really important just because Silent Lab is also a thing, and that's really, really annoying. If the opponent starts and he's playing first and he plays a Silent Lab, and we have Shaymins in hand, but we can draw from that, that's terrible for this deck. So I'm actually playing 3 Verbank City Gym at this time, just to make sure that we also trump the Silent Labs. We have a couple of float stones in here. Sometimes we want to get one of them on the Jirachi or one of the Shaymins, for example, just to be able to put it right there and then choose the Pokemon we want to attack with. We have 3 Muscle Bands. It's the card we want to put the most on Seismitoad EX, the tool, but sometimes we have to put a float stone just because just to make sure the opponent doesn't head ringer us if we're playing against the mirror. And then we have 2 head ringers because it's really, really good, especially if we're starting and we get an head ringer in hand and the opponent does not get to play his tool at all. We just head ringer his EX. And then the 4DC, which are the only energy in this deck. So let's play it. Some people also play the water energy, but I figured I wanted to play a build with actually more supporters and all that, just to make sure that we have all the 0-6 and all that crap. So it seems like we're playing a mirror match, actually. So let's see if our techs work. It's probably going to take a while, this game. So I'm just warning you guys. You probably can see how long the video takes, and I can't right now because I haven't finished recording, so you guys know more than I do. So, okay, we start with the Seismitoad, and we're going first. So we can put the muscle band in there, which is pretty good. And the opponent starts with the Shaymin. Let's see if we draw any Ultra Balls. Okay, we do not with his hands. Do I want to get any of those cards to my hand? I don't really want to make the opponent shuffle, so I think I'm going for the Sycamore, actually. The reason I don't want to make the opponent shuffle is pretty simple. It did not have another Pokemon and the Seismitoad. Okay, Ultra Ball, I think that's better. That makes us use our cards a little bit better. Okay, can discard the Sycamore because then I can VS Seeker for something nice. Okay, let's go for the Shaymin here. We're trying to get to the double colorless energy. Not that I'm going to play it, I'm going to keep it in hand, but just because the opponent is not going to be item locked this turn. But maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, it's okay. Can scoop up my Seismitoad. No, it doesn't really make any difference. Okay, so maybe I just get the Sycamore and pass, I think. No, not really. I can't really pass. I have to play the Sycamore. Okay, it kind of sucks that we have to shuffle the Jirachi. But yeah, maybe the opponent also will draw this. Yeah, I think I'll actually go for the N. Save resources. Because the opponent is probably going to go for the... Okay, I don't want to discard anything from my hand, actually. Or, now that I think of it, I think I'd rather just play... Yeah, okay, I'll get another Shaymin. And I'll put it down, drawing 3 cards. That's good, I think. Alright, we get the Stadium, which I'll put down right now, and also the Laser, which I'll also play. And I think I can scoop the Shaymin this turn because I won't be able to do it next turn, and we fail. It's okay. Not going to be playing energy, as I said. I want to conserve as many energy as we can because the opponent is probably also going to be using his own Team Flare Grunts and 0-6 and all that. Okay, so he's poisoning us. That kind of sucks. He has a free turn here, so he's going for the Seismitoad now. The mirror match is really hard to play. I hope I don't make many mistakes, but we'll see. There's a Muscle Band too from my opponent. And he's actually going to attack with a Shaymin. That's okay with me. I would love to attack with my own, so if we can actually flip here, that would be perfect. Okay, we do, so I'm going for the Seismitoad. And just go with a Shaymin. I'll put the Seismitoad down again. And I'll do exactly the same thing my opponent did. And next turn I'll use the Team Flare Grunt on him. So I can actually go with the Shaymin, because that has free retreat unless my opponent does some shenanigans. But if he does, I can just bring it back to my hand, hopefully. Anyway, so yeah. We are saving some damage from the Seismitoad this way. Of course, my opponent can just kill us here if we don't wake up, but it's a risk worth taking, I think. Okay, Trainer's Mail from my opponent. Really, really, really good card. The Verbanks are kind of a liability now, because the opponent is not playing Silent Labs. Okay, there's an Acrobike. My opponent is playing a lot of items that draw. I'm only playing the two Trainer's Mail that we already went through. There's another Trainer's Mail. So he goes for the Zerozik, okay. Is he going for my tool? Doesn't really matter. I mean, if we wake up, it's the same, because we will end up attacking anyway, so. Kinda comes a little down to the flips, but hopefully we will wake up here, and we do. Okay, that's perfect. We can actually retreat from this Shaymin. So okay, I'm going to play this, get rid of that energy, and I'm going to item lock my opponent, and I'm going to play my Shaymin. Let's see what we draw here. We are actually item locked, so I'm just going to retreat from this dude, and Quaking Punch. Bam, 50 damage. Maybe should have played that Shaymin, because there's the Zerozik, but I have another energy in hand, so I'm just going to put it down. Okay, we have a laser. Yeah, my opponent failed the flip, which is pretty good for us right now. So I'm just going to get another Seismitoad, I think. I don't even care about the Hypnotoxic Laser. Or do I? I mean, I will play this here. I will get another supporter, and yeah, this is hard. I wouldn't kill his Seismitoad right now. Yeah, but I don't. This is okay. So let's see. I want to grab a supporter that draws cards here. Okay, so I'll actually go for another Seismitoad. I'll draw a lot of cards out of this, I think. So hopefully we can make up for all of that crap. Why didn't our opponent attack us? Oh no, he only played on a single energy. Okay, it looked like a double colorless, but it wasn't. So this is actually pretty good here. I can N, but I actually don't want to. Yeah, and we win. Our opponent just concedes the game. I mean, we kind of locked him out, and we had another Zerozik in hand. So as you guys see, playing all these decks, I think it's really worth it if we're playing against the mirror match these days, and we are bound to be playing that a lot of times. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Hopefully this will make it a little easier for you guys to win the mirrors, because there's bound to be a lot of them, and also easier to navigate all the Wobbuffet decks. Tell me what you guys think of this build, of all these decks, and see you guys next time. Bye!